Hi, I'm Jeff with JeffSucks.com, and today I would like to do a review on the data-only SIM cards that are available with a Google Fi service plan. I use Google Fi personally, and I really enjoy the service. It's very flexible, and I can do a lot with it. So with the data-only SIM cards, you may have heard of that or you may not. Basically what that does is just for data. You can't make phone calls with it essentially unless you have something like the Google Voice app installed on that device. You can make data only calls with it, which is very neat, and I like to talk about that more if I can. But a data only SIM card basically gives you additional devices, 4 additional devices per line, so you can have your smartphone and have the data on that, and also you can have per line, you can have up to 4 additional data only SIM cards. So I can have one in a tablet, I can have one in another smartphone that accepts it. Most modern phones and devices accept data only SIM cards. A hotspot, the mobile hotspots that are still available, where it's just based on internet, a hotspot router or device that provides internet connection, and an additional device, all at the same time simultaneously. And they also do not have to be in the same place at the same time. So you can use your phone, and then in another location, someone that has your hotspot or additional device can be using your same internet connection, your mobile internet connection elsewhere. Or for example, if I was taking a road trip, I can have my phone in my pocket or whatever and have a hotspot with a data only SIM card in it. And if I step out the car while I still have people inside the car, if I step out the car to go into a store or whatever, and there's someone still in the car on a tablet or laptop or whatever using my hotspot, my internet connection, they can basically still have access to it even though my phone has left the car. So I don't have to use my phone hotspot. I have separate hotspots with the data only SIM cards, so they also have access to the internet. And how that works is it uses the same data as your main primary line. So whatever data you're using, they all add up and use that same data. Also, I want to know about the LTE smartwatches. Google currently, to my understanding, supports Samsung watches, certain models of Samsung watches. You have to research it to make sure it's compatible with Google Fi, your Samsung brand. But it supports Samsung watches and Pixel watches natively. And with the LTE, you can add that on to your Google Fi service at no additional cost, in addition to the 4 data only SIM cards. So you can have up to 5 devices of data plus your main phone at no additional cost. And on the LTE service, that just basically gives your watch, your smartwatch, internet connection if it's away from your phone for whatever reason. Normally it will use Bluetooth when it's compared to your phone, but if it's away from your phone, they can use LTE to make phone calls or the weather or whatever like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is show you the settings on my son's iPad and show you the cellular data settings and how the how it's reading the Google Fi SIM card, data only SIM card. It's connected to the Wi-Fi, but it has cellular data on it as well. As you can see in the top right corner, Wi-Fi data signal and a Wi-Fi signal. So it's on cellular data. You go to settings on the iPad and go to cellular data. Make sure the cellular data is turned on. But the setup process may be different if you're setting it up for the first time. I may make another video on how to set up a data only SIM card for your devices if you like. Just comment below if you like. So this is the cellular data setup for his SIM card, Google Fi SIM card. And this is the SIM card right here is reading. And I'm gonna hit info. And it says network settings, Google Fi, automatic APN settings. You wanna make sure that you have the correct settings, and you can also find this information on a Google site or by a Google search. APN is usually always this, H2, G2 is the APN, and you want to use that for each of these sections: the signal data, LTE setup, optional, personal hotspot. So this iPad can also be used as a personal hotspot, even though it has a data-only SIM card in it. You can also use the iPad as a personal hotspot to pair other devices, like my Switch, for instance, can connect to his iPad even without his phone. As long as he has his iPad and the Switch with him, he can use the iPad connection as a hotspot and connect the Switch to it. My iPad primarily operates on Wi-Fi, so it's connected to Wi-Fi right now. It doesn't have a cellular cord built into this model, but I have a hotspot. I can use either my phone's hotspot or the hotspot device that I have a data-only SIM card in, and I'm going to connect to the data-only SIM card. Or I can use, well, right now it shows the iPad. It shows my son's iPad right there. I can connect his iPad, personal hotspot. That's pretty neat with Apple devices and use his device. But my device, my hotspot device, is the SUX 5G hotspot. So I'm going to connect to that. Connect to that. So it's a Wi-Fi network, but it's a hotspot. So SUX 5G. I'm now connected to this hotspot. Speed test on this, make it about the same results as my son's iPad. Sometimes I say Google Fiber or whatever, or T-Mobile down there at the bottom below. I'm gonna go ahead and run the speed test. Like I say, I'm in the basement, so don't get the best connections from there. I get very poor connections in the basement. Get good speeds when I'm upstairs or out of the home. So this is using the hotspot. My iPad's connected to, so if I was away from home, I just have my hotspot on my iPad and not my phone. I can still have internet